Welcome, welcome! It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy, bringing you another Star Citizen video, and today we're going to talk about a conglomeration of things. We're going to talk about the roadmap, we're going to talk about the free fly event and the starter packages, and then we're also going to have a little nugget towards the end that I want to talk about. So let's go ahead and go to the roadmap here. Now you do notice it was posted on September 11th. It's September 12th today, so I'm a day late. But I also want to take a moment to say my thoughts and prayers are with those who lost family members 19 years ago in the September 11th attacks. So let's go into the roadmap. As you can see, I've already pulled it up here. They always post a little communique, if you want to say that, talking about what the purpose of this Roadmap Roundup is, and then they talk about the notable changes. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of new changes. Just one. The Bearing BR2 ballistic shotgun has been moved into the polishing phase. If we go to the regular roadmap here, we can take a look at 311 and see how far we progressed on the different things. So repainting the existing planets and moons, it says it's 0 out of 15. Is that because the tech's not ready? Or is that because they're just not telling us everything? It's probably, well, it could be a little bit of both. We just don't know. I think CIG definitely does not update the roadmap to where it really is. Maybe they've only done partially, all the planets in Stanton. They've only done half of them. So there's actually no task complete, and they'll all just finally appear at 15 out of 15. I don't know. I don't know how they judge tasks and how much has to be done to be completed, or if they will actually count a partial task completed. I don't know how they do that. Unfortunately, I don't have that information. So we are kind of at the mercy of this roadmap saying 0 out of 15 here. Updated ground textures, that is scheduled. That goes pretty much hand in hand with the repainting. So I would imagine once this is done, this is the easier of the two. Updated geology, so they are trying to add more tessellation displacement all across the terrain. So that one will probably go with these first two tabs, I would imagine. The cargo deck, it's 69 out of 72. They only lack 3 tasks from being completely done with the cargo deck. That's great news. That is on target, and that's going to be one of the bigger additions to 311, though is it really? I mean, there's other things that I think are bigger than the cargo deck, but eventually this cargo deck will be highly used, and the other stuff will be, I guess, more background type stuff. So ship AI hazard awareness and avoidance, nothing done on it. Then they have the force reactions, 93 out of 102. This is almost done, guys. So cool. I can't wait to experience this in game. It's very near completion. Player and external inventory is in polishing. I think they've had this for a little while. They just now decided they're going to implement it, like a lot of things. Improved throw is 57 out of 62. So they are almost done with the throwing mechanic as well, at least I guess for now. I'm sure that may be retouched upon later on down the road. Ships and vehicles, the 100I is 41 out of 51, as well as the 125A and the 135C. So they are almost done with the Origin 100 series. They only lack a few things before that one is ready to go. Then we actually did see a little bit of progress made on the Mercury Star Runner. It's 61 out of 114 tasks. Last week I think it was like 59, something along those lines. So they haven't made much progress on it. I don't know what is taking so long on it. I mean, we've seen some shots of it. We've seen some different things and heard some different things. It would make us think that they're much further along than 61 out of 114. And maybe they are. They're just not telling us. Then the Bearing BR2 ballistic shotgun. As you can see, it is done. It's in polishing state. That's great news to know that they've actually completed something for this next patch. The Bearing GP33 grenade launcher is 27 out of 30, so it is almost completed as well. Not much left on it. The ground cover buoyancy is in the polishing phase, so it is done as well. So there's a few things that are done and quite a few things that are near done, but then we have quite a few things that haven't even been touched on. So how close are we to getting 311? I mean, are they going to bump some of this stuff off to 311.1? We know that the Mercury Star Runner is going to be bumped back, but are they going to bump back any of this other stuff that's scheduled? What are your guys' thoughts on that? What do you think? Are they going to bump those back, or are these going to just magically appear to be in polishing state in a week or two? Honestly, I think they'll be in polishing state, at least most of them, in a week or two. I just think that they're going to be able to get that done quickly. If they've been working on it, we just don't know about it. So let's talk briefly about 312. The mystery armor is still 1 out of 7. What kind of armor is it? Is it actual armor? Is it the Titan suit? What is this going to be? They don't have any information, so we just don't know. The refinery deck is 30 out of 49. This thing is going to be done shortly after 311's done, which is good news because that cycle from 311 to 312 is a shorter one because they let everybody go home for the vacation, for vacation for the holidays, which they're already all at home anyways. But yeah, they're going to let them, have a few days off for the holidays, and the time between patches is a little bit shorter for that Q4 patch. So this stuff needs to be ready. Station-based refining goes hand in hand with the refining deck. It's 51 out of 65. Are we going to see that refining ship in 312 that they talked about last year at CitizenCon? I've heard rumors that we might. I think that's a pretty good bet. Why not? We got the refinery deck. We need a refining ship, don't we? So maybe we're going to see that ship in the 312 patch. What do you guys think? 3 out of 5 task on weapon zeroing. This one will be done probably before 311's even finished. 3 out of 6 on object push and pull. Kind of the same story. I mean, these things in 312 are all, the ones we've talked about, are pretty close to being done already. I mean, elevator panels are finally halfway through. This bumped back from like 3.8. So yeah, they better be. I know there's a lot of elevator panels they have to update. So yeah, I know it's going to take some time. Death animation improvements, 1 out of 4. This one hasn't moved. Law system V2 surrender, 12 out of 16. So it's really close to the end of it as well. The Asperia Talon is 12 out of 26, as well as the Shrike. The multi-tool tractor beam, 5 out of 14. I bet this gets more tasks before it's all said and done. We'll have to wait and see. And then server to client network, actor network rework is 1 out of 3. This one's been pushed back more times than I have fingers to count. But I think they're going to get server meshing and iCache in, hopefully before the end of the year. I'm hoping it's going to be before the end of the year. I've been saying that all year long. I still think that that's the goal, that they're going to have at least most of that in by the end of the year. And that will mean we could see development really take off from that point. Because right now they're designing things for an old system, and it's like they don't need putting them in the game for an old system and then having to go back and fix them doesn't make a lot of sense. So once they get the new system in with the server meshing and iCache stuff, then they can throw all the stuff they've been working on back into the game, and it'll look so much better. So let's go ahead and move on. So we also have, let me go back and I'll show you, the limited time free fly starter packs. So when you click on that, it pulls up this page here, and it talks about all the limited stuff. But you'll actually have to sign up for the free fly event. It's really easy to do. Just follow the directions, and then it'll pull up this page. So the starter packs are going to be the RSI Aurora MR, which they call as an all-arounder. Then they also say that the consolidated Outland Mustang Alpha is a combat ship. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, the Delta is definitely the combat version of the Mustang. But it's there. And then you have the Aegis Avenger Titan, which they have as a cargo hauler combat ship. So once you put in the referral not the referral code. You can use a referral code. I hope you use mine. But once you put in the coupon code for the free fly event where you can fly the ships for free, it'll pop up with all of these nice little game packages. So if we look at the Aurora's game package first, it's $40, and you, instead of $45, so you're saving $5, and you get 24-month insurance on it. Normally this is just a 6-month or a 3-month insurance on your ship. 24 months, that's 2 years worth of insurance. That's a good deal. Plus you're saving $5. Really good time to get into Star Citizen right now on that $40 game package. If you use my referral code, you'll get 5,000 UEC credits on top of the 1,000 you get with the ship. So you'll start off with 6,000. That would be a great deal for you in this little ship, because it'll help you with the little cargo runs you can do. It'll help you buy weapons or armor. So it gives you a little bit of a heads up to, you know, do some of the things you might not be able to do for a few runs. So yeah, Aurora, good package for $40. Then you have the Mustang Alpha for $40 as well. It's another $5 savings, 24-month insurance on it. Honestly, if it's between the Aurora and the Mustang, I would choose the Aurora. Mustang, it's cool looking, but the Aurora is going to be better all around to me than this Mustang. You know, not everybody's going to go with what I say, but I still think the Aurora is a better deal. So let's move on to the final game package that they have in right now, and it's the Avenger Titan. This is by far the best ship out of those three, without a doubt, hands down, definitely. I'd still have people in my org that bought this as one of their starters, and they have other ships, but they always go back to this one. They love it. We call it a Space Penguin because it looks kind of like a penguin. So Space Penguins for life. At least that's what they say. And this one comes with 24-month insurance as well. So some of you guys who got, you know, packages early on that didn't have this 24-month insurance, you may want to melt those packages and go back and get this one so that you have the 2-year insurance on it. Or if you have an Aurora or a Mustang, you may want to see if there's an well, no, you might want to just get this one with the 24-month insurance. You only get the 1,000 starting UEC, but again, if you use my referral code, you'll get another 5,000 UEC to help you with your adventures. But I definitely recommend this one over the other two, unless it's just outside your price point, which totally makes sense. You can get this, you can get all these ships in game. You don't have to buy the most expensive ship to start out. You can get all of them in game. You can buy them in game. You're gonna have to work for it, but you can definitely do it. So this would be my recommendation for starter ships if you're able to pay the 65 over the 40. That's a $25 difference, so understandable if you're not willing to do that. Completely and totally understandable. Like I said, the Aurora is probably the better one of the Aurora and Mustang, so I would definitely go that route if you're going for the cheaper ships. Now let's talk about something else. So we have seen a lot of videos, a lot of articles that have talked about how it doesn't seem like Chris Roberts is involved with the game anymore, that his wife is also not involved, but I think we'll have a little more proof after I show you what happened next. You can't really say it's proof, but I just want to talk a little bit to the naysayers out there. Even though Chris and Sandy aren't on screen all the time, or as much as they probably want to be, they're still very much involved with this game. I mean, this is their lifeblood. This is their business. Yeah, they might have some side projects, but as far as I know, the last I heard, Chris was doing some programming himself. He's heavily involved in the programming side of the game. And to illustrate, and probably to, I guess, perfect timing maybe, that he would actually go on Spectrum and post. That's right, he posted on Spectrum. And you can read the post. It's really good. It's really interesting. Actually, this was not the same post, but here we go. So yeah, his original post, it's all about the room atmosphere system, and it's a really good post. It tells you exactly what they have in mind, what they are planning, and the fact that they have stuff in game that we don't know, that we don't know, we haven't seen. It's already there, it just hasn't been turned on. So they're waiting for certain things to line up before they put it in game. So you guys who are getting a little dismayed that you don't see anything from Chris, that you don't see anything from Sandy, they're still involved with the game. They're still doing stuff. You know, one person I wonder about is Ben Lesnick. I haven't seen Ben Lesnick in a long time. I know he posts on Twitter quite often. Is he still involved with the game? I mean, I love Ben. I thought Ben was awesome. But we don't see Ben at all. We don't hear from Ben about Star Citizen. Most of his stuff on Twitter is about his cat, and then also about Wing Commander or some old TV shows, cartoons, those different types of things. So, I mean, you know, we don't hear from some of the people that we used to see all the time. And some people will say it's because they caused more problems for development than they did help. Because when Chris was on, he would say they were doing this, they were going to do that, they were going to do this. And of course, the developers, the people who are writing the code and stuff, are like, oh no, we got to try to put that in the game. So yeah, it became a little bit feature creepy. But you know, this is going to be the best game ever. I have no doubt that they're going to be able to do most of those things. You know, of course, people are going to say I've got rose-tinted glasses. But, you know, I feel like they've already done a lot. They're going to continue to do a lot. And once they get over one or two hurdles that have never been done before for a game like this, for an engine like this, we're going to see things take off. Yeah, I think we're going to see Squadron 42 beta before the end of the year. Now, is it going to be complete? Probably not. I think we're only going to see beta on like half the episodes, maybe, half the chapters. So they'll probably finish off the other chapters the first quarter of next year. I'm hoping, you know, we get a complete Squadron 42 ready for mid-year or even Q3 next year. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do more of these videos. Thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube members. You guys are so awesome. I need to give you guys a proper shout out soon, so look forward to that. If you want to join either one of those prestigious groups, that information will be in the description down below. If you want to join my org Texas, that information is down below as well. We're always looking for new members. So if you're a pretty cool guy to play with, girl, whatever, from anywhere in the world, you don't have to be a Texan. We can make you into one. It's, you know, great group of people in the org. They're very friendly. They're outgoing. They're active, so they're playing quite a bit. And they're definitely eager to help anybody that has questions or needs to know how to do something. So definitely check that out. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.